Hey, I'm Liz Hampton, the operations manager of RapidMade, and we are celebrating Women's History Month and how awesome women are by working with the city of Tigard. So basically in high school, I had all these plans to go to business school and college, and then I discovered street art for my senior thesis project in high school, which completely changed the course of my life because then I decided I was going to go to art school, not business school. And then in art school, I found product design, and it's funny because product design brought me back to business school. So I've always had an interest in business and art and innovation and combining everything. So working for RapidMade, it just it was really natural. I actually had my own company for 6 years. And it was funny because I'm one of RapidMade's first customers. And during that whole 6 years, I was working here on the side so I could pay my bills, so I could eat, as entrepreneurs have to do. And whenever I would talk about RapidMade, people would be like, wow, it sounds like you really care about that place. Why are you doing what you're doing? And I was like, no, that's not my dream. And then fast forward like 9 years, start over. And then fast forward, and I'm here full time. So 3 years ago when I decided to shut my company down, I came back. They asked me to just hang around and do some work until I figured out what my next plan was. I was going to be an entrepreneur in residence at a venture firm in New York, but I decided that I should listen to my intuition and what the universe was telling me, which was RapidMade was my place. So ever since I was little, I've been kind of obsessed with making things, and I've been really drawn to leadership and innovating. And so I finally decided to listen. It's funny, I should have listened several years earlier, but that's how life goes. So 3 years ago when I came back as a finisher, and now I am the operations manager. So it's a really unique opportunity because it satisfies my need for being an entrepreneur, being a leader, but I can do it with a paycheck and not my whole life on the line. And Mark and Rini and Micah are super supportive, and I'm so grateful to be able to learn from all of their experience and build this company with them.
My question is, what would be your advice to any aspiring young woman that is still a dreamer and an entrepreneur, but thinks that they'll never find something that will allow them to be able to be financially stable?
I would say it's a mix of going for it, experimenting, trusting yourself, and listening to what your heart and your mind are telling you. At the same time, being able to take that information that you feel within inside yourself and relate it to what's happening in your world and combining those two things. So it's really like a deep mixture of your heart and your mind. Really listening to what the universe is saying in terms of where you should be. There's moments where you really feel connected to what you're doing, and those are the moments to hold on to. With my company, for 6 years, I was just dead set on, I invented a series of products. It was a nut milk making machine. I was dead set on doing this company because I needed to be this entrepreneur that built something and that became 30 under 30 and all this stuff, and I had to do it on my own. The funny thing is that being an entrepreneur is a mindset. It's not actually what you think it is. Yes, you have to work hard. Yes, you have to sacrifice a lot, but you also have to have fun, and you also have to love what you're doing. I didn't drink nut milk, and I was the CEO of a nut milk company. So because I had my ego in it, my ego wanted to be like this thing, this person. And then I learned after I lost everything very publicly, which now it was awesome that it happened now after I got through it, that listening to your intuition and believing in yourself are essential no matter what you want to do. But the number one thing that I would tell any young girl aspiring to do anything in her life is no matter what, it's going to be really hard because things that are worth having are really hard to get. but you have to be kind to yourself along the way. If you're not kind to yourself along the way, there's no point in doing it, because that's part of the process, and that's how you get to find out who you are. And because it's going to be so hard, if you're not kind to yourself throughout the way, you're more likely to give up before you hit that point. Another thing I'd like to share with people is, yes, grit is like the most important thing. And yes, you know, they say like, oh, I built my whole life, you know, I'm self-made, like I didn't give up, blah, blah, blah. Like, yes, that's true. But the skill to know when to stop and switch gears is just as important as the skill to be able to continue and fight through. So trusting yourself.